One of my close friends lost everything. When I mean everything, I mean literally every dollar that he had. Now, me and him became really close friends in college, and we were both very much into investing. Now, he worked his whole life and invested his whole life to build up a net worth around $35,000. And unfortunately, then his account got hacked, and overnight, that account was wiped to zero. The craziest part is that it took him years to build up to $35,000, and after he lost it all, he got it back, not in years, but in a few months. And I'm gonna tell you right now, this was completely not by accident. This is part of your subconscious. This is part of your identity. Now, if you don't know who I am, my name is Owen Grainer. Over the last couple of years, I have spent a lot of time building up a marketing agency. Now, this marketing agency has made me hundreds of thousands of dollars and allowed me to really live a dream lifestyle that I've always wanted since the age of 14, 15 years old. Now, before I get into this video any farther, it is important to note that I literally have nothing to gain from this video. I don't have a course, mentorship. I think you can trust me, so hear me out, because these are things that I've noticed in my own life as well as lives of other people around me, and it all falls back to one key word, which is identity. Now, I'm no psychiatrist, I'm no guru, I'm 20 years old, there's still a lot of stuff I have to figure out as well. But one thing I have noticed is that your circumstances can fall back to zero, but your identity never changes. Once you built up an identity of who you are, that identity doesn't change. In today's video, I want to get into that farther. I want to show you how building up the identity of your dream character, your dream persona, can get you there so much quicker. Now, when my friend got all of his money wiped and he was able to get it back so quick, I think it is very important to understand why that was the case. Okay, guys, this is going to be super off the cusp. I don't have anything scripted. I'm just going to walk you through this presentation, and the goal of this presentation is to show you how important identity is, because I genuinely think if you have the identity of a millionaire, that you will become that millionaire, and so on and so forth. The bigger you make the identity and the more you can align with that person at that specific goal, the faster you can get to that goal. So now I'm going to walk you through my framework of how I think about identity, some important notes about identity, and then I'm going to try to sell you on the thought process of why you need to be visualizing, why you need to be putting yourself in the identity of someone that's doing so much more than you. All right, point number one, guys, identity beats goals. Now, goals are so important, but your identity behind the goals is what's going to get you there. If you have a goal of becoming a millionaire in 3 years, that is amazing, right? But if your identity doesn't align with that, it is going to be so much more difficult to cut through all of the friction that it takes to become that millionaire than it would if you were already aligned with that person. A goal is a wish. So you can set goals, but that is one part of the equation. If you don't set your goals and align with that identity, then you're just throwing a coin in a wishing well. That is not going to actually get you on the course of becoming that person. Now, an identity, how you actually see yourself, the actual identity you assign to yourself, that is a standard you return to even after losing everything, because you already believe you are that person. This is why it is so easy for people with mega wealth, once they lose all their wealth and they go bankrupt, for them to get back to that mega wealth, because they already aligned with that identity of that very rich, successful man. Now, getting back to my friend Trey, he was able to build that foundation of $35,000 in stocks back up so quick because he already knew he could do it. He already was aligned with that identity. And I guarantee you, if he had that same identity of 100,000, he would get back to that 100,000 very quickly as well. Now, this is the most important note of this whole slideshow, basically. And that is the fact that you do not fall below your sense of self. You do not fall below this. This is why poor people have such a hard time getting out of that struggle, because they just identify with themselves as someone that is poor. And to break through that, you have to basically brainwash yourself that you are not in that scenario anymore, and you have to know it's possible, and you have to align with that upper echelon of the individual that you're trying to become. Now, a perfect example of this is the gym rat. Now, someone that absolutely loves the gym and goes every day if they miss 2 weeks in the gym, their identity is so wrapped around the gym that they will be back at it that very next day. Like they are, they might miss, like let's say they have an injury, but that is not going to stop them from getting back into the gym because their identity is so wrapped within that gym. Now that is why building habits is also very important on this journey as well. Now again guys, identity pulls you back up. So if you have a high identity of self, if you believe in yourself and you know that you are destined for great things, I promise you, if you fall, you will be pulled back up to that echelon. But you have to truly believe it. And this is where that mind wash delusion kind of comes in, where you need to actually feel and believe that you are the type of person that you want to become. So the identity comes before the goals and before the action. So now how do you build that identity? Now identity isn't just built through saying it. It isn't built through, if I just said I'm a millionaire, it doesn't mean I'm automatically a millionaire. No. Identity is built through visualizing yourself as that millionaire and then doing the actions that a millionaire would take every day. So you have to be very clear on that character you want to become, who that character you want to become is. And then if you can align with them, you will naturally start taking action on the things that they would normally do on a day-to-day basis. You're going to start moving and acting differently to align with that higher sense of self. So it's very important to not only align with the person that you want to become, but also do the actions that that person would do every day to achieve that. So guys, my action item for you, start building that, right? So the first thing you need to do is identify who you want to become. But then after that, you need to start taking the actions that that person would do every day. So if you want a dream physique, what is that going to take? Well, you better start eating like someone that has your dream physique eats like. You better start lifting like that person lifts. You better start treating your body and stretching and taking care of yourself like that person does. Now, if you believe you are that person, you believe that you're going to become that person while taking that action, that starts to become your identity. Do you see what I'm doing here, guys? You got to know the person you want to become, and then you got to start aligning and taking action. And then eventually that person you're going to morph into that person. Your identity is going to morph into that ideal character. Now, what is confidence? How do you build confidence? Well, confidence is remembering evidence. Confidence is remembering all of the things that you have done, right? And that ties directly into identity of self. Now, I don't expect you, some very rare amount of people can just believe in themselves no matter what, but a lot of people need the evidence to back it up, right? So if you want to become a millionaire, well, you better be taking action steps every day. You better be building that evidence to start transforming your mind to that identity of a millionaire. And that's what I'm doing currently. Like, I want to be a millionaire by the time I'm 25, which I think is very, very possible for my scenario. And I'm currently linking myself to that identity of that millionaire and doing the stuff every day that that person would do to get there, right? And I think everyone can take a slice of that pie. Everyone can take a lesson from that in doing so. Now guys, if you had $100,000 and the number disappeared, the person who built that $100,000 didn't, right? So you guys know it's possible. You know that you can do it. You know you have that identity, and I promise you, getting back there will be a lot quicker. So never, ever, ever fear loss. You should always be in abundance, right? Because you know you're the type of person, and you have the identity of the type of person who can get back there quick, and you know you're the type of person that can get to that next level quick because you align your identity with that person. Now guys, what I want to leave you with is to simply stop just asking who you want to become, but actually start aligning with that, right? Who do I have to become to be a millionaire, to have my dream physique? How does my identity need to change? What different things do I need to do on a day-to-day basis to achieve that? And that's what I want to leave you with, guys. Like, I truly think anything is possible in this universe. And I think that if you are aligned with the identity of someone who you want to become and you do those action steps every day, the world will give you what you want. God will give you what you want. But you have to believe in yourself. You have to do the actions every day. You have to have a path to get there, a boat, a vehicle to get there. and then you have to do it. I don't care if you are in the very worst circumstances right now. If you are poor, if you are broke, if you come from a family of poor people in the past, and there's so many limiting beliefs, to break out of that, you simply have to align with a higher identity. You have to, and you have to change. A lot of things is gonna have to change about you, but you can do it. I believe in you. Now, if you've enjoyed this video and you like more of the raw stuff, leave a comment below and subscribe, guys. I'm gonna try to do more of this. I don't know if this is gonna work. I'm new to YouTube. I'm still trying to figure things out myself, but I'm aligning with a YouTuber that has a lot more subscribers than me. So this applies to my YouTube channel as well, guys. Like, I don't have everything figured out, but I truly am trying, and I'm trying to provide you value, and I have been pretty successful at a young age, and I think I could give you guys some advice. So if you appreciate this video, if you like what I'm doing, if you like what I stand for, leave a comment, like this video, and subscribe to my channel so I can help more people like you. Thank you so much. I will see you on the next one. Bye-bye.